or a demon? Are you a parasite or a demon in God's garden? Did you cooperate or resist? Did you sit idly while the garden, our reality, was desecrated? What did you do in the face of while you faced the great snake? I want to empower you with the knowledge to transcend all of this, the mechanism, by studying our beautiful and intelligent creation. Depending upon the state or strength or weakness of the mechanism, your karma and dharma, this could be a very joyful or painful event. Knowing it's all the difference. Ignorance or obedience to the mechanism is the fall of the human race into lower animalistic manifestations. In this book, we will study the great teachings of the great masters such as Jesus, Muhammad, Moses, Buddha, Confucius, Lao Tzu, and other great heroes, founders of religions. The limitations of the beast. One demon or 10 million demons, parasites, or beasts can never obscure the sun or its magnificence. Nature and intelligent creation has put limits on their power, or in reality the illusion of power. In the ultimate illusion we call intelligent creation. There is more to life than this existence. There is more to intelligent creation than the present. Life is but a blink of an eye. I want to remind you that the mechanism is a dying beast to those that are awake. One cannot pretend to be unawakened. Free individuals are a threat to this mechanism. Demons, however, will continue to live in such a mechanism because to them there is no need to change it. Awakened individuals see the need for immediate action. They see the inaction is actually the real problem. They are labeled as crazy, as outcast, as demented, but these actions are just the mechanism's defenses. I want to share another paragraph from my book. Our role against the mechanism, the philosophy behind the madness. We enlightened individuals do not serve the mechanism or its hordes of puppets for fear of intimidation, pain, abuse, retaliation, or death. We do not need technology to live peacefully. We do not need to feel superior because it is an unnatural idea. We have surrendered our lives to God, and no mechanism is going to stand in the way of it. Our love to God and creation is unbreakable. We do not believe the lies the mechanism forces us to believe. We are beyond whatever the mechanism throws at us. And we understand our roles of limits of our reach. We do not focus on the drama but the underlying meaning, the intention of our lives as we exist within the mechanism. For us, the mechanism should cease to exist, but creation has a higher purpose to it. It needs to enclose those beasts that are willing to live that reality. Our nature prevents us from perpetuating the mechanism, and that is sometimes enough. However, if the mechanism gets too powerful, then we must destroy it. We will die defending freedom from oppression. We will carry the flag of truthfulness at the front line of ignorance. We carry the torch that is necessary for people to break free from the chains of systemized slavery because it is unfair and demented. We are interested in the truth only, needed in a world made out of lies. We do not hide behind masks, but I'm here to present this information in person. The consequences or results of our philosophy are meaningless in a world designed to be controlled by the strength or weakness of the mechanism, which will continue even after we have departed. Creation will continue with a new generation of innate intelligence that will challenge any established order, especially when the beast masquerades itself as the savior when it is really the perpetrator. The mechanism will continue to eat the souls of the weak, the victims, the ignorant. Whether it can be changed or not, or how fast, or change in its entirety, is to be revealed in time and somewhat irrelevant to our cause. We fight a fight in which the fighting is the act of winning, regardless of the outcome. The mechanism is a beast we are not responsible for. We detest it, but we understand it. This is only a world of infinite worlds. Creation protects those that are in alignment with creation, overtaking the mechanism if the intention is honorable and if your karma is healthy. Yes, just as creation protected Jesus with powers granted to no other man, any human can seek freedom from the mechanism. We are all survivors from the evils of the mechanism. We are all victims to the mechanism's wrath. Previous generations and future generations will also be subjected to its wrath. When Anne Frank was writing the experience of the Holocaust as she lived it, the Nazis did not consider this new information. But that information was an insight into a world that future generations could read and learn from the experience. If she had not written it, then some people might have been deluded into thinking that such hordes could not have happened, and that God could have never allowed such misery. But that is a lie. God allows such misery. And we have, in my book, I explain why God allows complete control of its beast to the mechanism. Because you are just another slave pretending to be human. We are all slaves to the mechanism. If she had not written it, then some people might have been deluded into thinking that such horrors could not have happened, and that God could have never allowed such misery, such as the misery we have today, when one nation stands for racism as a leverage against all its slaves. Yet it took human good and not divine intervention to stop this mechanism from expanding. The power that the mechanism had has evolved. Technology in the wrong hands is a danger. We are now in danger of becoming not just slaves to hate, but mindless robots to concerted hatred and concerted misery. We know different now. We have learned from horrible atrocities not to trust the mechanism. It's actually the mechanism doing all of this nonsense. We must remind our children, friends, and future generations that the mechanism is not interested in order, but the opposite, and that is its nature. No matter how much you hear about a problem being addressed, it is just a smokescreen. A beast is a beast, and a beast cannot be dealt with in conventional terms. We also understand the need for immediate action and not deterrence. We also understand the danger it poses to our quality of life and the need for concentrated oversight of this beast. We also understand the need to be self-reliant in the face of this adversity, to empower the individual to do the right action, regardless of consequences, to avoid greater atrocities. In other words, the beast is winning. It has already dealt its cards to have the winning hand. And it does so by cheating with its systems. We do not condone people to be chained to a system or dependence. We do not ask permission to do good or to enforce balance for acts of wrongdoing to a corrupt system in charge of order. We understand the importance of promoting such a philosophy of self-independence. The mechanism has infected and corrupted most systems of advanced order. The mechanism has the upper hand. A cheating system that allows it to continue its survival, its demented agenda. There can be no justice in a system that has been infected by the mechanism and its influence. This is why the world is at odds, because we are still dealing with the systems that were invented to benefit the pharaohs, the kings, the aristocracy. And it doesn't have the common good in its vision. That is why the world is at odds. No matter how much understanding we have, the infected, the capacitated corrupt systems, even when they were founded with the most idealistic views, must be rejected when they are not working for the common good. One can test the validity of an ordered society examining how the wealth is shared equally among all of its participants. What we have now is a system in which one country prints as much money as another country, and then they call that a financial system. Anything else is ignorance. One can test the validity of an ordered society examining how the wealth is shared equally among all of its participants. Anything else is ignorance and a byproduct of forced compliance by the mechanism. The mechanism only strives for the enslavement of our souls by keeping these antiquated systems going. And it will continue to do so because it forces us. It is the blood in our blood. And in order to move to progress from that, then we must destroy those systems. In other words, the beast or mechanism drives towards an unnatural state where only enslaved animals can survive. This is the world of the pharaohs, where the pyramid's power was built on one block at a time, one slave at a time, one misery at a time. Humans have no place in this infernal sickness, in this society. I want to share another paragraph from my book. Winning by losing your desire to win. Connecting the dots. Designing a custom solution for your predicament. And that goes to what is the hole that the mechanism has? What are the chains? When you walk the path that is in alignment with your intent, you will start seeing the matrix for what it is. You will be able to navigate it with all of creation supporting you. Believe it or not, this sickness has a cure or salvation, the antidote. And we've talked how the mechanism resists the cure to a sickness because it is not convenient. It cannot survive with a society that is free from sickness. Wise is the person who can see all of this and plans a path to protect ourselves from the mechanism's immorality. In other words, it can only win the animal race by forcing its citizens to live in an immoral world where only the most animalistic practices are rewarded. Be a happy loser. This is from the section, how do you overcome it? There might be a time where an unenlightened person might feel defeated by the beast called the mechanism, and that is entirely normal. When I say enlightened, I don't mean as a status that is superior over someone. In fact, all of us are born enlightened. Morality is innate, given to us as children, and the mechanism's game is to chisel away your foundation until you lose or pretend not to have it. We lose, earn, or gain more of it or more ignorance as a choice. By drugging oneself, then you lose awareness. You lose control over your body, and then you lose the gift of intelligence gathering. A medicated society is receptive and proves advantageous to the mechanism's agenda, and to this end, it controls the flow of food, drug, and water. Please see